looking at the overall team chemistry when I switch a line, not this player to that player. So it's a completely different emphasis. I'm not looking for some miracle new line combination. I'm trying to see how we how we are playing together as a team with guys switching all the time.
So going into last weekend, you talk about creating offense. I had gone back 10 games, and your power play was the best in the NHL for 10 games. I think it was at 38.5%. What went into that, where your power play really was going well, and things maybe were improving there, and you guys were doing so well with it?
Probably a lot of different things. One really key component is Victor Olofsson is doing really well, and his wrist is back to what I would say normal. So he's a added threat there. But 2 units is huge. Our second unit has been good. It faces second penalty kill unit. So your top unit faces the top power play or penalty kill unit on the other team. So we've really concentrated on spreading the wealth as far as skill. And the joke behind the scenes is there's not a second unit because we think both can score. So we've set it up that way, and I think we'll be able to do that in the future. Is have that again, because typically the top power play unit is facing the top penalty kill unit. So if you can get a good second unit, the offset might be better there. And I think we've seen quite a bit of that in the last while, which is exactly what we want. And
it's like you have shooters on both units. You have setup guys, like Casey and Krebs, on both units. I mean, it seems like you've kind of settled on units where combinations seem to work well, and you have different elements, maybe.
Yeah, and to that end, Paul, we do have shooters and passers on both units, playmakers, whatever, but we still want to, like our 5-on-5 game, have all this interchangeable. So, if in the middle of a game and Thompson got stuck out for a minute and a half shift, but his other 4 power play guys are ready to go, you saw us a couple times. We just shifted Darlene with the other power play unit, and we're okay with that because Yoki can just go and slide right in there with the next unit. And we need to build that way. We hope to have these players for a long time. They're all, we have so many players that are under 100 games in the league or under 150 games in the league that, when you compare, and especially power play units, you look at the best power play units in the league, they've been together for 5 years, 8 years or more. I mean, Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Carlson have been together for, Backstrom and Ovechkin for over a decade, Tays and Kane in that respect. So, for us, it's fun as a coach to know that these players are going to be returning, especially when you think of what our roster looked like 12 months ago. The number of guys in key positions that are no longer with us. We've refilled those key positions with guys that we now know will be here for a long time, and that integration is awesome from the coaching side.
When you move a guy like Casey Middlestat from center, I guess he was back in the middle today, but Sunday he played wing. But
yeah, so if he was back in the middle today, it was just those guys interchanging, him and Krebs, which is good. But it was nothing that I said, Casey, shift to the middle. So.
But what does that do for a player when you shift him to the wing? Does it take pressure off him? Like, what does it create for him, maybe?
I think that's a good question, Bill. I think it can only be answered by the player. And if the player's only played center his whole life, it's going to be a big stress if he shifts to the wing and vice versa. But again, we're trying to get to the point where these guys are natural at all 3 forward positions, or the defensemen are natural on either side, and it's a matter of reps. They'll be natural. They have enough skill. It's just they haven't had enough reps at it. Maybe they've been a center for the last 5 years, and when we shifted Tage to center, I knew if I get him reps, the more reps I get him, the more comfortable he's going to get, obviously. So it really is that these guys all have enough skill to play each position, and there's enough intrigue with Casey on the wing and with Casey in the middle, and vice versa. So we're going to keep that moving. Krebs is at center now. I do want him to be able to play wing as well. So there's only 4 games left, but next year that'll probably be the case. Maybe he's on a wing with Thompson and Skinner. Krebs is for a while. I don't know, but I certainly wouldn't be opposed to it or afraid of it.
obviously the extra practice time is beneficial, but when you have most of the group coming back next season, how beneficial, like, in what ways can it help from a teaching perspective? Do you find yourself doing more in that regard than you would in a different situation?
It's everything to have your players back the following year. I mean, Kevin did an amazing job with our, setting us up for this as a coaching staff to have, guys that we know will return. Not a lot of activity as far as re-signing guys for the summer. There is some, but we know the guys want to be back, and we know we'll be able to get it done. But as a coach, to be able to build, we're having fun. They're having fun now, but I can tell you there's a long, long way for us to go because there's so much room for us to grow. It's enormous amount of growth potential with this group, and from a coaching standpoint, I've been through it, and I can see it and feel it, and know where we're headed. So to have this group back, I can have that vision. It's so clear in my head that it's exciting to know they're coming back. We will build on wherever we leave off the season. We will be able to build on it pretty quick, and is my feeling, because we have such great continuity with our player personnel.